So inside Bootstrap. Now, what am I saying? What was I saying? So before, like I said, of course, this was in the index file, and I wouldn't want it to be in the index file. I want it to be, okay, a kind of an easy to use stuff. Okay, this is where we're calling our what is it called? Our index pages. Okay, so there are several ways to go through this. Yeah, there are several ways to go through this. There are several ways to go through this, and I'm thinking of a better approach to getting this done. Okay, so we'll go down here. So now there are several ways to handle this. So now there are several ways to handle this, but probably I'm thinking if today's topic might not require us to have different pages, but then it might. But if that is the case, so we might actually let's just keep it right there. For now, I don't want to push you into the level of complexity that's in my head right now. So let me just make sure that everything is simple. I wanted to go pick you through the concept of creating web routers and probably talk about what web routers are. But then I did figure out that it might likely take you a while for you to understand that concept. But probably you can go learn it, or maybe we can use some other approach. So for now, I think we'll just stick through. I think we'll just see through this thing, okay? But then there is still a separate ways for me to handle this. Well, I'm still thinking. I don't want to introduce so much complexity, okay? I don't want a lot of things to be for you not to understand, okay? But then the better approach will be to put different, okay, do different stuff. Like I have one separate page and then have one single file that is managing the whole route system. Okay, but for now, maybe probably later on we can talk about this. But for now, let's keep everything simple and clean. So I will remove this guy for now. Let me just remove it and let me just, allow it to be there. Yeah, for the sake of peace. So let's just be here. And let it just be here. Then instead, we can push these things to view. So because these are non-PHP stuffs. So I can still keep it to be index.php or index.html or whatever that I can even do like this. It should work, okay? So provided we are loading the file into this thing, okay? But for now, let's keep the file extension because we may actually want to do PHP. We are certainly definitely going to do PHP stuff inside there. So already, so we did have resource. So we did have resource, and of course this time around, so we will have another folder. I'll save use, and of course I'll create another file here. What is this? All right, so SRC, okay. So now, so let's go down to, I think I did save this, so I can save this now. Just like page ring, resources, then view, of course, index, and I paste this guy in. All right, so there we go. Now, so if I come here and execute, so everything should work just normal. All right, so we have our to-do list like before and so on and so forth. So this time around, oops, let me end this session as well. So let me end this to-do thing as well, because today we are going to look at a total different thing. So today, let me push this up to GitHub. So for those who, all right. Okay, sorry, my internet source went out, so I had to restart it again. I think now everything should be stable. Okay, so let me continue from where I just stopped. So like I will push this now to GitHub. So this is going to, like I did say. The other time we did talk about just basic introduction to Composer. That is where we had our folders restructured to meet this. We talked also about namespaces or namespacing, okay, where we actually use namespaces, okay, and what they are used for as well. So I will make this will be a part of last class, then we'll start this class afresh. Okay. So let me just see git add and git must be issue to composer. All right. Git commits. All right. So there we go. So you can go check that out. So today's class, now, so we'll be looking at PHP sessions, and as well. So now, if you look at, like I was trying to, if you look at it, so you can see that nothing changed. So it's still the same thing. If you look at the code base from the previous one, it should still be the same HTML. Okay, so with no major changes. Now, what changed? Just only the design. Okay, just only the design that has changed. So like I did say to you, so today I'll be wrapping up. I'll wrap up that a lot of things. I think that was what led me to refactoring this guy. I don't know what I intend to do with it yet, but then I don't know what I intend to do with this thing yet. But let me get rid of. Let me get rid of it. Of course, let's have a beautiful body. So very fresh. So we still have our to do. So we'll come back to the index here, and of course, maybe get rid of this. Maybe get rid of that for now. And all right, I can get rid of this, but let me just, of course, let me just get it from. Let me just leave it for now. All right. Okay. Now, what are sessions? So let's start from there before we come down to this guy. So when it's time for practical, then we can come and think of what to do here. All right. PHP session. So what are sessions? Okay, a session All right. That is in the case of all right. So this is in the case of where you have different tabs. Okay. So you intend to use one information across all the whole platform, and not just that, with this information staying unique. All right. Now, first thing I will have to let you know that is that session is different from cookies. I think maybe probably later on we might talk about cookies. Okay, so session is different from cookies. All right, why? This is because session is not stored. All right, so this is because session is not being stored in the user PC. Okay, cookies are being stored in the user PC, while in most cases, informations is not stored in the user PC. Instead, it is stored in the server. Okay, so now most cases, so when you are trying to work with PHP session, okay, when you, for example, go into many of the sites today, so you figure out that you can sign in, and probably once you sign in, so you are able to navigate everywhere you want to go with your username or whatever being unique. All right, and of course you can go multiple pages. All right, with your information being unique. Okay, so imagine that you are trying to execute a PHP program and then you store one post variable. When you store the post variable, if you are using every other Spark global, you store this variable on a, let's say, in a route users, and when you go to the index page has a different variable, because for that page, that variable does, that script that is executing in the other page, that's what variable does not, that variable content is not right there. Now, session helps you to do what? To persist your variable all around your pages. Okay, so I mentioned in the case of authentication, and so there are different ways to handle session in PHP. Before you get to use a session, of course, session in PHP is accessed by this Spark global. All right, so this is what you use to access the sessions in PHP. But before you can access this guy, so you need to make sure that the session is active. All right, so whenever you're starting a session, this is what you do. Session start. Now, if you want to destroy any session, so in most cases when user logs out, so you do session stop or session destroy. Of course, the data session in most cases do have IDs. Okay, all right, but then if you also do want to, probably you do not want to just destroy the whole session, you just want to remove all values in that session. So you can, this is in some cases, so you can do, you just want to remove all the information in that session, but you don't want to destroy it. So you can do session on set. All right, so on set should allow you to remove all the variables in the session. Okay, now if you want to set any session, so easily you can just, of course, it's an array. So it's an array, and how do you set an array? You just simple call a variable. So you simple call a key and assign a value to that key. So of course, copy this, and I can say session user. Okay, it was maybe user data. All right. So and my user data can come with things like user data. All right, equals so I can say Celestine. Steven or yeah. So the next I can say email, and of course um, that's email.com. So I can have as many information as I want, and of course in that session. Okay, so once I want to assign, I can easily put this out. Okay, so I don't know if I should handle this the vanilla way or to handle this the package way. Remember, we are to consider this and this. So of course, so there is a package. It's a package that has been developed by someone. Remember, I talked about composer and I talked about package management last time. So of course, PHP it has a very wide community. So now what happens? So other PHP developers develop helpers. Okay, I can call this thing probably maybe a just simple bootstrap, all right, a PHP application bootstrap, and I make it out, register it with Composer, all right, and then people download it and then use it. Okay, so most of the time, if you come across open source, okay, so one of the ways to contribute to open source is to creating a product, all right, an open source, a product that is usable by anyone, okay, that can be usable by anyone without being paid, without you being paid, like a free service for people to solve or to use in solving whatever problem that your solution is intended to solve. All right. So I can write a basic, probably if you've heard the word like Laravel. Laravel is an open source PHP framework. All right. And what does that mean? It is Composer. Composer makes it easier, or should I say, makes that possible because the the developers, or should I say, the engineers of Laravel, okay, now bundles all what they have to do with Composer, and then you can easily do what, pull them right into your local with all their dependencies. Okay, of course, Laravel depends on Symfony and some other framework. Okay, so you can build a tiny other framework or just a tiny sub package, okay, intended for framework, any framework or whatever you want to build. Okay, so in this case, I can make this out a package, and then whoever want to use it, whoever this thing suits his use case, you can use it, and of course, make it an open source systems. Okay, this is one way for you to contribute using Composer, all right, building Composer packages or building packages for the PHP what's it called? Building a package for the whole PHP community, or might not really be direct PHP community, of course, still maybe some sub PHP community like Laravel community, or Code Igniter community, or maybe Symfony community, or whatever other web frameworks that is out there. Okay. Now, like I did say, I'm still thinking of which is going to be the better option. So, but for now, so I think so we will start to simulate how a login system works. Okay. But then I remember I said this class is going to be brief. I wouldn't want to do a lot of things. So So of course I will just build a new class. I'll come down to engine and I'll build a new user class. Classes, no, just a user. So, before now, I can just easily come down to this guy, still build another class, call it oath. Oath.php. Of course, authentication is always going to depend on what on the user. Um, Hold on, please give me some few minutes. I want it myself. Okay. All right. So of course, all is going to be dependent on the user, all right? Because if you are trying to do an authentication, all right, so you will have to be able to you should be able to of course um have some credentials where users are going to identify themselves with, all right? So uh All right, so let me still show you some other thing. So I'm going to field. We should just allow um, field. So field is going to be email. All right. Auth field. Uh, of course. So let's just keep this. Let me just call it validation field. All right. So let me not waste your time. All right. So all right. So you just all right. So this is just me. I think this should be just it. Maybe probably I might not even need this one again. So let me just keep things clean. Now we'll create another page and we'll call it dashboard. Function check. So there are several other things we need to do with this. Attempts, okay. So those is password ID, login ID, and password ID. All right. I can even remove this one. Osha, it'll be there for now. Just this. For now, let's go do some other things. for now. So this stays for now, and of course, is so I can now go down to so in login. So let's create another page. Call it login page. So we can also create another. So we can also create another page. So okay, call it register page or something, right? But for now, let's just stick to the. Let's just stick to something very simple. Okay, so I think for today there will be no style. So we'll just of course you will know what to do. So everybody do. I believe. Okay, so I'll just say welcome. Then whatever. Welcome. So now the next thing I'll be doing is just going down to the index form. Of course, the login is also going to be happening here, and so I'll just create a form from post action, same this thing. So I'll just input text. I call it email. It doesn't have ID, just email. And of course, the next one is input password, name, password. And next is button login. All right, so action login. That's this. Of course. Oh, this is in the login. So okay. So I will just do something. So of course, Let me just pull this at once. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm wasting too much time. Let me just leave it here for now. So we'll do this later on. I'm trying to think of plenty things to do here. So probably maybe we might have where we may have to, or where we may have to do some certain things, or don't worry, we'll get it across. So let me do this. Where's this guy? So I'll just get to the oath. Probably login. Yeah, I'll do that in login. So no need for me to, not the view, of course here. So email. So the first thing we are likely going to do is, before we call down the oath, so we would like to at least probably get the user. And so user return user return user. So we will have to pick up query again. Remember, I had this, so I'll just copy it and of course. So login. Of course we have user now. Now let's see what user has. What is in user vadom user. So mind you, we can just abstract this whole thing, okay, from user. We can abstract all those things. So I will just go to that login. All right. So there we go again. And yeah, we have this guy now. So where is the login dot php? Sorry, login oath. All right. So title should change, and of course we have. So an error should pop back in. All right. So this is because we don't have any users table. So if you look at this, uh, the first bash. So you should say post whatever. Slash engine slash query. Not available. All right. So So the error should change now. All right, so base table of view not found. Okay, CodeCamp.users. All right, so now we are going to create CodeCamp and users. Okay, so we can hurry up. Unique. Not null as well. So so now we have password. We have name. So I think name should be the same thing too. Name. No. What again should we even add here? Username, ID, name. We have name, gender. And of course, the next thing we should have is thinking. So for now, let's go with this. So we can add others while we are doing whatever we are doing. So I'll just execute these statements. All right. So now we have users. Okay. So fine. So for now, I'll just create a dummy user and then add a funny password. Okay. So before then, So yeah, so for now, I'll just copy this. Back to SQL. Insert. But then I can simply do it even here right away. So I can just call whatever. So let's look at what is inside of query. So we have query execute. So it's still the same way. So it's better I do it right there with MySQL terminal. And yeah, so that will make everything look clean and not is set into users. Set into users email and password. All right, and of course name, values. So values should be Steven at email.com. All right, then we have a password to be whatever I copied right there, and name should be Celestine Steven. And yeah, we're done to execute that. I will just execute this. All right, so we should have another user. So let me just see if I can go back there again. So for now, we have a valid user right there. So you can see, all right. Yeah, let me create another user. Just one more user. Reset. So I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this, and I'll just pull out this guy here. Name. I can even add gender. Gender. So let me add. whatever that is. Yeah, password is still same password. Of course, then what again? So password is still same password, and to gender is male. So one more person. Voila. Yeah. And we're done. So we have about, I think, 3 users. So, so I can now easily query this guy. So I should have a valid user. So this should give you a clue. So that when I ask you to put register on this thing now, so you wouldn't go and do stuff like that, or you wouldn't say I don't understand. So this should really give you a clue. All right. So and yeah, to execute whatever it was. Page not working. I mean, hold on. To go back soon. Okay, so let's look at the query again. Select from users where email equals post email. So column not found. All right, so it's saying, what is this thing saying? Okay, all right, so Yep. So you see, we have what we have a valid user now, so you can see, and with the password, and of course, first whatever. So then, what I can just so there's something I have to change. Query. So I want to manage this whole connection myself. All right. So I will do this. Or probably I can just write this. Uh, public function gets return this connection. Oops. Let me leave that for now. Let me just rush up to where I was and then do what I have to do. So of course we have a valid user now. So yeah, exactly. So I have this guy now. So now the next thing I have to just do is to run. So it's to run some validation to make sure that this user is a valid user. So I can just easily call new auth. Then I pass user. All right. So now I can just easily do this. Control Z. Attempt. Then I pass in email. Let me just keep it like this. So for now, let me just keep it like this. Then I can now Hold on. So mhm. So the next one is just putting this out and then injecting it in the bottom. So dashboard.php. So then yeah, for now. So let's just keep it that simple. Let's keep it that very simple. For now, let's just be this simple. So we'll talk about that later on. So now, of course, we have the data there. So what we are going to do, is we are going to verify the hash password. Okay, so we are going to verify the hash password. So once we are done verifying the hash password, the next thing we are going to be doing is just allowing the user to move to the next thing. I think we already did that, but the login should just verify the hash password. So from there, I think after the whole thing, so we can now move. So actually, there are different ways to get this done. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fine. Interesting.
Hello, Mr. Listen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hold on. So there are different ways to get this password verified. What is this? What's all this now? Hold on. This thing is messing up. So there are different. There are different approaches to verify your password or whatever. But then the only, sorry, I was trying to attend some other thing. But the best way for you to do that is to use the normal PHP Verify function. Okay, so you can just do something like if okay. So login field. No, I think it should be. So I should be able to accept the user password. Yeah, password. Let me remove this. So let me just make sure. Hold on. I need to be returning something at all time. So all right. So this should be it. So login. So just copy this and then pass it down. All right. So now So something shouldn't be working fine, which is what I expected. Oh, it's not found. So oh, sorry. So remember that all class do what they do have namespaces. So uh, all right. So now we've successfully been rerouted. So you can see now we are in dashboard.php. Okay. So let's go back to login. So before anybody should even be visiting this place, so before anybody can even visit this place, I wanted to do some other thing, but let me leave it for that one. Okay, probably you can do that one. So, but now you can see we are in dashboard now, so we've been able to log in. And another thing I still want to show you. So let me let me show you something. Let me destroy that. So exactly. So you can see that we previously did have issues. Okay, so I will type the correct thing now. Celestine dot Steven. Let me enter the correct dot Steven at email. So normally, let me just make this fine. So I think after with my stuff, come in here. So I should just welcome. So all right. So ah, so let's see if we are even if we can even access it. But I know for sure it's not logging in. It's not what I want now. Yeah. No, 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 no. Hmm. All right. So hold on. So I think we have to conclude now. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to get this thing to work so I can conclude very fast. Oh, zero. Okay. Okay. So there are several checks we have to do. So true. We've been logged in. We should be able to access this guy now. So yeah, so you can see welcome to whatever my name is here. So let me just add another link, okay? That removes my let me add another link that removes my of course you can see So let me just do this session. Destroy. So then when you're done, just set the header back to. So once the session is done, destroyed, so we will have to set the user back to where he came from. So, and to do that, let's die var_dump server. All right, so I want to show you something before then we. So now we'll go down to this guy here, dashboard, and of course, and I'll add a link. .php. All right, I'll say logout. I can style it to become a button if I want. Yeah, but now, so yep. So yeah, we have this guy, and let me show you something. So there is a variable that the server stores that comes with the previous page. I can't really find it now. Yeah, so we've seen it here. Yes, we've seen it here. So you see referrer. So I can stripe the referrer of the last. So let me see, show you this. Previous page, okay? So before we destroy the server now, so you can see it is dashboard.php. All right, so fine. But then in most cases, we can just, I don't think we will like to go, let's just go back to the index, okay? So location, we just go back to the index, all right? So I think we should do. Then for this, let's take this out somewhere else. or let's say slash login.php. Yeah. So we'll use this somewhere else. Let me just. I think I intended to use it somewhere. Is it the login or the dashboard? Yes, exactly, the dashboard. So what's going to happen? So I don't think we need that for now. So probably if we check, yeah, we need it here. We will need it here. Yeah. So yeah, session starts, session whatever is here, and so you see, what's this? So you see what you can see that the session has been removed. So 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 for now, let's just use that check for now. And of course, not equal, no. So okay, so it should work. Yes, of course. I think even before then, because this does not set, this does the same thing. All right. So and if we try to visit dashboard, so nothing should be there any longer. It should be routing us backward. Okay. But then the previous listing I did was actually trying to get you back to your previous page. I think we'll do that. Maybe some other time we'll use that. I was thinking I had some other multiple pages that I had to use this. For now, any question? So let me run it because I have another class. Any question?
Okay, yeah, there is
Guys, have you seen this call?
Which of the call? I didn't get. Hello? Hello?
Hello, okay, sorry, that was from my background, not from me. Okay, so it's actually a quick one. I noticed while you were writing the code, there was a place you used like you wrote an if statement and then you used the PHP tag, but you wrote it differently, like for the if statement and the brace bracket, and then one curly brace bracket, you like open a separate if statement for it. Sorry, a separate PHP tag. Opening a
Yes.
tag. Then for the closing brace bracket, you open a different PHP tag. So why do you have to go through that when you can actually write it in a single PHP tag?
No. In most cases, in PHP, you should be able to allow. There are in separate ways. Look at this. All right. So this is just like allowing you to inject variable inline in a very good way. All right. So you may have where you want to, instead of you echoing out tags, okay, you want to allow your tags to remain the way they are supposed to be. Okay. So you use those, for example, I don't know, in the previous one, I think I did, it's not here. Should be in the index page. Yes. No, oh, I think I have removed it. It should be in the index page. So let's talk about that in the next class, because let me prepare for the next class. I will really explain about that. I've been using it now, and you didn't now ask the question. Okay?
All right.
Okay. So in the absence of any other question, see ya in the next class.
Hello, sorry, can you push this code so we can
Yes, I'll push it.